Well, let's get to it. This will never be easy, but this is Republican news. Representative Jim Jordan deposed in Ohio state abuse lawsuit. Jordan, former wrestling coach and current GOP congressman, was deposed under oath for the first time this month in a federal lawsuit alleging he knew of sexual abuse by Dr. Richard Strauss yet failed to act. In July 2025, United States Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio was formally deposed under oath in a federal lawsuit concerning the sexual abuse scandal involving the late Dr. Richard Strauss, a former team doctor at Ohio State University. This marked the first time Jordan had provided sworn testimony related to the long-standing allegations, which have drawn national scrutiny for years. The development followed renewed public attention stemming from the release of the HBO documentary Surviving Ohio State, which chronicled the experiences of former athletes who accused Strauss of repeated sexual misconduct. Jim Jordan, who served as an assistant wrestling coach at Ohio State from 1986 to 1994, has been a figure of controversy throughout the investigation. Numerous former wrestlers and student athletes have alleged that Jordan was aware of Strauss's abusive behavior during his tenure but failed to take appropriate action. These accusations have persisted despite Jordan's consistent denials. His congressional office has maintained that Jordan never witnessed or heard about any abuse and would have addressed it had he been aware of it. The lawsuit in which Jordan was deposed is one of several filed by former Ohio State athletes who claimed the university enabled or ignored Strauss's abuse, which is estimated to have affected hundreds of students between 1978 and 1998. Strauss died by suicide in 2005. The deposition was part of a broader legal effort to establish institutional accountability and determine the extent to which university officials, including coaches and administrators, may have known about the misconduct and failed to intervene. Court records show that other key individuals, including former Ohio State Athletic Director Andy Geiger and several anonymous plaintiffs such as John Doe 72, have also participated in sworn testimony. The legal process is expected to continue unfolding over the coming months, as survivors seek both recognition and reparations. The Associated Press, which first reported on the deposition, noted that Jordan's testimony comes after years of public and political controversy over his role in the scandal, which has intermittently resurfaced in congressional hearings, media interviews, and survivor accounts. Jordan's involvement in the case remains a point of contention, particularly as he continues to serve in a prominent role in the U.S. House of Representatives. While no criminal charges have been brought against him, the deposition represents a major procedural step in holding institutions and individuals accountable in one of the largest sexual abuse cases in collegiate athletics history. Texas AG Ken Paxton hit by adultery/divorce bombshell. His wife filed for divorce citing adultery, leading influential conservative groups like Texas Values to withdraw support. This shakeup threatens his U.S. Senate campaign and may reshape the GOP primary. In July 2025, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's campaign for the U.S. Senate faced significant challenges following personal revelations that have reverberated through political circles. His wife, State Senator Angela Paxton, filed for divorce after 38 years of marriage, citing adultery and what she described as biblical grounds. This development caused notable upheaval within conservative support networks, leading organizations such as Texas Values to withdraw their endorsements due to dissatisfaction with Paxton's response to the allegations. Despite the turmoil, Paxton's campaign has maintained that he remains a resilient and viable candidate, emphasizing his ability to withstand previous controversies. The Republican primary contest in Texas includes incumbent Senator John Cornyn, who has not made the divorce filing a central campaign issue but suggested the filing indicates underlying problems. President Donald Trump has remained publicly neutral, refraining from endorsing either Paxton or Cornyn at this stage, adding to the uncertainty of the primary dynamics. The unfolding divorce and the political repercussions have injected uncertainty into Paxton's campaign trajectory and standing within the Republican Party. Observers expect the coming months will be critical in determining whether Paxton can retain the support necessary to mount a successful Senate bid amid the intensified scrutiny. Reports from major news outlets such as the Washington Post have highlighted the evolving nature of this political situation, noting that the interplay between personal scandal and political ambition remains a pivotal factor in Texas Republican politics. House Speaker Mike Johnson halts votes amid Epstein papers clash. Internal Republican divisions over whether to release Jeffrey Epstein-related documents have triggered a halt of House votes, with Johnson saying Democrats are politicizing the issue. In July 2025, the Jeffrey Epstein investigation escalated into a significant political controversy, exposing deep divisions within the Republican Party and increasing scrutiny on former President Donald Trump's connections to Epstein. House Speaker Mike Johnson, a prominent Trump ally, announced the cancellation of scheduled congressional votes before the August recess, attributing the decision to internal Republican conflicts and mounting pressure from both sides regarding the release of Epstein-related documents. Johnson and Trump publicly affirmed their commitment to maximum transparency, but simultaneously accused Democrats of politicizing the issue, a stance reported by major news outlets. Despite this united front, dissent persisted within the Republican ranks. Representative Thomas Massie openly advocated for the complete disclosure of Epstein files, signaling friction between party leadership and more hardline members demanding full transparency. Meanwhile, the House Oversight Subcommittee, under the leadership of Representative Tim Burchett, voted to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's imprisoned associate, to testify before Congress. This motion was introduced without prior consultation with Trump or Republican leadership, further highlighting the fractures within the party. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche confirmed plans to meet with Maxwell, underscoring the Department of Justice's ongoing pursuit of credible evidence related to the case. In the broader context of July 2025, President Trump met with Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to discuss trade relations, praising the Marcos family legacy, while also announcing the United States' withdrawal from UNESCO for a second time, criticizing the organization for promoting what he described as woke policies. These actions, while separate, were reported alongside the Epstein investigation, reflecting the multifaceted challenges facing the Republican Party. The Epstein affair has become a focal point of internal Republican Party struggles, as public demand for transparency intensifies and debates continue over the scope and timing of releasing sensitive documents. The situation remains dynamic, with ongoing legal and political ramifications expected to influence the party's cohesion and public perception in the months ahead. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and have a blessed day.